If you want to get started with indoor growing but you don't know where to begin, this video may be for you. Welcome to the Hippie Geeks. Let's unbox and take a first look at the Spider Farmer Smart G12 Indoor Hydroponic Grow System. I have been wanting to try out one of these small hydroponics kits for years now. I have just never really had the need to pick one up as we always had so many tents going at the same time. While looking at my options for what light to use in the 2x2 tent that we recently checked out, I came across this little unit and decided to just go ahead and order it. The Postal Service did the best job that it could to damage the box, but as per usual, the packaging from Spider Farmer was really solid and it all appears to have arrived in one piece. When you pull the unit out of the box, one thing to watch out for is that the neck that will hold up the light is actually tucked into the back of the box, and when you remove the foam, it is going to pop out and surprise you a little bit. Set that aside for now, as we won't need it for the next couple of minutes. The first thing you are going to find is the instruction booklet, which will tell you about all of the parts of the unit and how to put them together. Once you take the lid off of the tank, you will find the rest of the gear that this unit comes with to get you going. First up is the bag that has the 12 sponges to get the seeds started in. Next up is the light itself, and this will go on one end of the neck that we found when we pulled the unit out of the box. After that are the bottles that we can use to mix the nutrients that it comes with, followed by the power adapter and cord that is actually a pretty good length, though I am never super fond of these large power brick ends. The next bag has the nutrient mixes, the humidity domes, and the 4 pod covers that it comes with, along with the water injection cover. The last bag has the plastic baskets that will hold the sponges that we saw in the first bag. After that, the only thing left is the water tank itself that has the water pump in it, and I needed to turn my base around as I had it backwards this whole time. The tank is super easy to remove if you need to do a complete water change, and all you have to do is just pick it up from the base and then set it back down when you are done. The next thing to do is to put the pump splitter into the pump itself so that it doesn't shoot water straight up and out of the unit, and then I'm going to put the lid back on the whole thing. After that, it is time to get the neck installed into the base, and it should click into place if you have it pushed in properly. After that, it is finally time to attach the light to the top of the neck, and it should click in tightly as well. After that, you can set the plastic baskets into the holes and then drop the sponges into them so that they can get soaking and swell up. Then it is time to go ahead and fill the unit up with water. The tank will hold 6,000 milliliters of water, or just over 1.5 gallons for those of us that use Freedom units. You can see the opening on the right side of the lid where you are supposed to pour the water in, and the orange piece of plastic is what you use to cap that off when you are done filling it up. On the front of the tank, there is a little window that shows you how full the tank is, which will be a super easy way to keep track of how much water is in there. This unit is supposed to go a month in between refills, but I will have to see how that actually works out. I am going to fill it up all the way just to try it out, but the instructions say to only fill it up to 5,000 if you plan to put the nutrient mix in as well. After that, we can power it up, which just means plugging it in and touching the power button to turn it all on. I went ahead and pulled the lid off so that you can see what the water looks like as it is being moved by the pump, and also to check that it actually is moving water. Then I put the lid back onto the tank, covered up the fill port, and let the plugs finish absorbing water. The last thing that I need to do is to make sure that the light is working and to check out its settings. Here is what we can see when looking up from below, and as expected, it looks just like a mini version of one of their board-style grow lights. There are 2 different settings for flower and veg, and it appears that the flower setting turns off the bright blue LEDs while the veg setting turns them on. To increase the brightness of either the veg or flower setting, just touch the button over and over again, and it will cycle through the brightness settings between 10% and 100%. The last thing to look at is the time setting, and this will determine what the light cycle length is that this unit will run for. Your options are 4, 8, 12, and 16 hours of light, and it will then shut off for the remainder of the 24-hour period. I will probably be using either the 12 or 16 hour setting, but that is something that I will play with once the plants are up and going. This is going to be the first of a few videos on this unit, as right now I just needed to get the unit unboxed and set up to see if it was even going to fit in the space that I have. In the next video, I'm going to go over the par levels and the amount of electricity that the unit pulls in its various settings, and just double check that it is going to work within our power budget. After that, I'm going to go ahead and get some seeds started in here, and then we will be doing a vegetable grow series just to see those come up and see how it works out to start some of the flowers and herbs that we want to add to the garden in the future. A big thank you to Spider Farmer for sending over the G12 indoor hydroponic grow system, and if you want to check out this unit or any of their other gear for yourself, make sure to click on the links to their website in the video description down below and use the discount code GEEKS at checkout to get 8% off your entire order.